Hey guys, welcome back to the inconspicuous box sitting on an open couch channel. Today was a really fun day. It's been a long time waiting for this, but my Heusinkveld pedals and my Fanatec DD1 finally arrived. Now, these arrived on two separate days. You're going to see the unboxing videos slightly change from part to part. It's somewhat of a bittersweet occasion because while the wheelbase and the pedals did arrive, unfortunately I have nothing proper to mount them to. So my current rig, a T500RS mounted on a next level racing stand, isn't quite up to the task unfortunately, so I have to wait until SimLab get their P1-X back in stock, and then it finally ships from the Netherlands to Australia until we get it. So anyway, on to the unboxing. So the Sprint Pro Pedals come in a box that has, in my case, two boxes within it because I got the base plate as well as the pedals themselves. They have some quirky little sayings on their boxes, which I'll leave you guys to read for yourselves. As you can probably tell, I'm not the fastest guy in the world at opening boxes. I like to kind of take my time and see what I'm getting into. No rush. Never any rush. Okay, so opening the first box, you can see a sort of paper sleeve with a lot of the manual and written documentation in there. There's an interesting bit of sandwiched cardboard keeping everything safe, a box in the middle that has all the connecting parts, a few cables here and there. And now the sandwich cardboard comes out. It's a very interesting packaging choice, but I guess it works for them. The pedals are arrayed in such a way that they'll all fit inside that smaller frame box. It's kind of interesting seeing them in there. You know, on first impressions, you look at them and you're like, wow, these are some really well machined units. Like, these are serious pedals. Like, I would use these in my car. They feel very smooth and anodized. I think I'm trying to check out whether there are any scuff marks. I remember one of them came with a bit of a scuff mark out of the box, and you know, it's a bit strange when you pay 1,500 Australian dollars for a set of 3 pedals. You kind of expect them to come, you know, in a slightly immaculate state. Now you can see the load cell on that one. That's the brake. Futile attempt to try and press it with my hand strength. Trust me, it's not going to work. It takes 62 kilos of actuation force to fully depress that pedal. And by the size of it, that looks like it'll be the clutch. Alright, so now we're moving on to the base plate. The base plate isn't something you have to order with these pedals. You can bolt them into whatever you have yourself if you like custom spacings, but I heard that the base plate made things a lot easier, especially if you're using prefab stands such as the SimLab P1-X that I have coming, so I figured why not? Might as well do it. The general consensus is that the base plate is probably the lowest quality portion of the pedals, and I guess for the most part I'd agree. There's something, it's not as, I guess, hefty as you would expect. There's complaints that it flexes, which I won't know for sure until I have them mounted. All I know is that when I tried to mount them on the next level racing stand, the stand's base plate flexed well before I ever got to like 10 to 15 kilos of actuation force, which is like a sixth of what the brake pedal requires to fully depress. So don't try to mount these on next level gear. It's next level bad. Alright, content that everything is in there. I'm just packing it away, and voila, through editing magic you have them all right in front of you. So the surface really is as impressive as it looks here. You can see a couple of the smaller scuff marks. A lot of that will come off, but some of them are permanent, unfortunately. Something must have happened in the factory where they put these together and they kind of got blemished. It's kind of strange. I mean, it's a weird thing when you have pedals this expensive. Just moving that out of the way so you can see the load cell on the brake pedal. Very impressive bit of kit. You can load up as much resistance as you want. Progressive resistance. And of course, on the clutch itself, you also have like a little detent actuation point, which I found really cool. So it's a 2-stage clutch, and you can basically tailor the sensitivity curve to have the catch point, you know, to wherever the clutch catches in whatever simulator that you're playing. So that's really going to come in handy, and that's something I'm really going to tweak a lot because I love driving manual cars. I love heel and toe. So moving on to the other day, we have the mighty Fanatec DD1 finally arrived. If it wasn't for the lockdown, I wouldn't have ordered this. Honestly, I've been waiting to move house, move country potentially. I thought, what's the point in buying such a huge geeked out sim rig if I just have to, you know, sell the thing again. But, you know, since I'm locked in for the foreseeable future, why not? I've got to pass the time somehow, right? So the DD1 comes in one large box, as you can see, and the one thing you don't get a feel for in this video is how heavy the thing is. It's truly impressive. It's a hefty bit of kit. You really do feel like your, you know, couple $1,000 went towards something worthwhile. So box within a box, inside a bit of plastic sheeting. So take the plastic sheeting off and you're left with the quote-unquote proper podium series box that they give you. So far so good. The box itself is impressive. There's a nice little handle on it. Nice sketch of the actual base. And just like magic, the Heusinkvelds are already connected to their base plate up on the right there. It's amazing how fast we work. This box is interesting. I was looking for a way to try and open it, and it wasn't making sense to me until I eventually worked out that there are 2 locks on the side. See, that's a grey thing. That's kind of impressive. I've never seen that on a cardboard box before. No, it doesn't open there, doofus. Doesn't open there either. No, I think I've finally discovered the locking mechanism. Yes. So it's an impressive addition to a box. I think when you pay this much money for something, it's a prerequisite, and it just slides open just like that. And there's the unit. It looks very, very impressive, very hefty, very chunky, very sleek. For want of better descriptor, very masculine. Force feedback reinvented. Well, I mean, sure it was reinvented, but not by you, Fanatec. Somebody else came up with the DD concept. You just reappropriated it and made it mainstream. It's the great thing about not being paid by anyone to do these. I buy all my own gear, so I don't have to say anything about it. Can just be honest. I've heard some interesting things about their customer service in the past. I hope I never have to find out. So the unit itself, there you go. Really impressive bit of kit. Really heavy. I hope you guys are impressed at how effortless I'm making holding it like that, because it certainly wasn't easy. Perhaps it's the 6 consecutive years of arm days. As you can see, it's marks up. It leaves fingerprint marks very, very easily, so make sure not to touch it as much as possible and, you know, wipe it down with a cloth whenever you can. So pretty much standard array of things in the box. You've got the manuals in German, in Deutsch, and English as well. Got the power supply brick in there, and all the interconnecting cables, USB, power, torque key, and a couple of other things, odds and ends that you need to make the thing run. Interestingly, not the actual mounting bolts they want you to use, which is hilarious, because in order to underside mount this thing, you need to use, they recommend using 3 M6 bolts, right? So M6 bolts common enough, right? Well, the problem is it's a max depth of about 12 mil. So if you have regular size bolts, which are usually about, 2 centimeters long or longer, nah, that won't do. You need really, really stubby short ones, which of course they don't provide you. Which of course my current racing stand didn't provide me either. Then again, my current racing stand was kind of envisaged before direct drive was actually a thing. I don't think they ever imagined somebody would even try and mount something like this on it, even if it is temporary. So that's the DD1 in a nutshell, locking it back into its box to await the arrival of the mighty SimLab. And moving on from here, we're going to check out the the Universal Hub, the Fanatec Universal Hub, which allows any rim essentially to work with both PC and Xbox. Xbox One, Xbox 360, and I've heard mention that it allows you to even use it on PlayStation on certain modes, but I'm not sure how true that is, because I know they have PlayStation specific ones as well. So as you're about to see, I had a bit of trouble taking this out of its styrofoam. I was kind of wondering whether there was a catch to it. It looked like there were two pieces glued together. I didn't want to break anything. I didn't really want to like rip it out of there, but it just turns out you have to apply a bit of force and just yank the thing out. There you go, you can see everything is very well protected in there. Snugly packed. It comes separately to the wheel rim that you order, obviously. Still struggling to take it out. I will eventually give up, so don't worry. I never like to apply too much force when unpacking things. I've had some really bad mishaps in the past where I've snapped something that wasn't meant to be moved a certain way, and I'm not always the most intuitive when it comes to mechanical things and the way things have been designed. So here we have the wheel rim, and I believe I ordered the R330, just the universal ClubSport one, because I want to do all kinds of different racing. I don't like the GT or the Formula style ones because you can't use, 900-degree lock, you can't drift cars, you can't drive stuff like Beam and G, which is an amazingly realistic simulator. If you guys haven't checked it out, check it out. Don't be fooled by its arcade trappings. That is like number 2 behind R Factor for me. That physics engine in that is unbelievable. So here we have it, packed away. Not the most sturdy packaging, but it doesn't need to be. Wheel rim comes right out. So I was pretty happy with this. Genuine leather, they claim. Feels very good. Has a nice blue aqua center stripe and orange stitching, two very sports car-y color combinations. Leather, of course, losing grip over long sessions as you sweat on it. It's one of the reasons that people use Alcantara in race cars, with the catch-22 being that Alcantara is actually remarkably cheap and harder to maintain, which is why genuine leather is my preference. And here you have the full array of things, minus the hub. Ready and waiting to go in when the SimLab mercifully arrives, probably weeks and weeks from now. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that unboxing. I can't wait to bring you more sim racing content using this stuff. Now I can actually evaluate force feedback and brake feel and all kinds of things a lot more accurately. I know that I can't actually use this for the next couple of weeks, but I think I might have an idea up until then. So stay tuned to this channel. Make sure to smash subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.